We welcome you to a very special edition of Coach's Corner. Today we're on location for the Wounded Warriors softball game as they take on the first responders of Orange County. We honor those that put their lives on the line for our freedom. These are great athletes and heroes with riveting stories to tell. I'm Paul Higgins, this is Coach's Corner, and all the action starts right now. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome to this edition of Coach's Corner on location at the Youth Athletic Fields here in the city of Mission Viejo. We'll tell you all about the fields, but first, as you can tell, we do have a fantastic show. Back for our second annual event with the Wounded Warriors taking on the first responders, and we have some tremendous guests on the course of the show, and we have a surprise guest right now. This is young 4-year-old, and this is Cody Bride, and Cody happened to be out on the field when they sang the national anthem. He was right next to the person that sang the national anthem. He came over to get an autograph, and I said, "You want to sit down for a while?" And he goes, "Absolutely." So he's going to be joining us on the show at this time. Also joining us, you might remember him from last year. He is the manager of the Wounded Warriors team, and this is Mr. David Van Sleet. And to his immediate left is Todd Reed, a veteran out of Phoenix, Arizona, currently in the law enforcement also, but he spent 12 years from 1980 to 1992 in the U.S. Army. So welcome and congratulations on a great day. I mean, this is such a fantastic event. And David, it seems like just yesterday you and I had this discussion. New location here in the city of Mission Viejo. You came out on the short end of this game today, but it was a great game. Your thoughts about being back here in the city of Mission Viejo?
Yeah, once we were here last year, they asked us immediately to come back again, and we got a great reception, and they donated a lot of funds to our program, so it was not even an afterthought. We had to come back again, and this community sort of embraced us, and people don't know that we've already been to 18 states and 49 cities around the country, so Mission Viejo is right on the top of our list.
No doubt about it. And Todd, Cody came over to get an autograph, and you immediately picked him right up, and he is missing a limb, but you would never know it.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, he ran around and before our game was just having a blast.
Yeah, and his dad's right over here in the corner. I said, "It's okay if he hangs out with us for a little while," and he said, "Absolutely." Cody, are you having fun? Yep. We don't have him mic'd up, but we refer to him every now and then. Todd, I know you guys, you do this quite a bit. You travel around, you play softball. You're fully employed.
Yes.
But you might be retiring and looking for contract work on the outer skirts of what you already do. But how fun is this coming out and playing this game?
Oh, it's a blast. Anytime we go to any of the communities, the community just embraces us and is so positive about having us here. And anything we can do as an inspiration or just to show people when you have a disability or you're a little different than other people, you can still do anything.
Yeah, and I know that's ringing true in Cody's ears because I'm sure he thinks he's just like any other young boy out there. He's 4 years old. And your thoughts, we talked about this last year. First and foremost, when people think they're going to come out and watch Wounded Warriors softball, they don't realize the caliber of softball that's being played until they see you guys play. It's pretty darn impressive. You take it very seriously. You don't look for any sympathy at all, right?
No, none
don't
whatsoever.
Hold back.
We're very competitive, and we want people to try to beat us 100%. We don't want any breaks. We don't want them to cut us any slack.
Yeah.
And we noticed Mission Viejo up their talent level quite a bit for this year.
There was some balls hit out today.
Yeah, there was.
Now, as the manager of the team, this time last year, David, you and I were talking, and you were telling me your travel schedule, and it was a ridiculous travel schedule.
It is.
I thought I had a ridiculous schedule, but you have it beat by miles. Your thoughts about all these places that you go. You went to spring training last year. You were at opening day in the major leagues. You had so many exciting things happen. Anything stand out in your mind that you can tell us about?
Yeah, in the past year, being honored at home plate, Yankee Stadium, we just got back from spring training again with the Washington Nationals. Cooperstown, New York, Doubleday Field. We get requests from all over. We probably get half a dozen to a dozen requests a day to go someplace. But we just got back from Hawaii. We went to Hawaii for a week and played 5 games in 7 days
That's
against
where you
military
get that
bases.
golden tan, right?
There you go. There you go.
Did you go to any luau's?
We had our own. We had our own.
I bet you there's some good pictures from that one.
Yeah, we don't show those.
Your thoughts about how you get people on your team. What's the selection process? Is there a tryout process? How does that go about?
Yeah, right now we've got a very, very tight-knit group of, the chemistry is really working. You know, it's based on talent, but then it's also based on mental health and chemistry. We travel so much, and you got to get along when you travel. So I think right now we probably have the most, the tightest group we've ever had, right, Todd? You know, in travel and get everyone getting along and stuff like that. But we got a few players in the wings now. We're going to be trying out here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how they do. And if they fit in, we'll ask them to join our team. And not everyone can make every trip, but we have a couple guys that haven't only missed a couple in 2 years,
yeah.
And we're talking, you know, 18 states and 49 cities, so that's a lot of travel.
It's amazing. And Todd, you have a disability. Tell us what your disability is, and I know you play left field. Tell us if you don't mind sharing your story.
Well, I don't really consider it a disability, but I am missing my right foot. It's called a Symes amputation. In 1992, I was in northern Iraq, and I stepped on a landmine while we were helping the Kurdish refugees out in that area. And it basically blew my foot off. And then after several surgeries, this was April 92, I had about 21 straight surgeries, spent about a month and a half in the hospital. After recovery, I was able to be back on the softball field by September of that same year.
That's amazing. Now you corrected me, and I appreciate you correcting me. What's the proper way for me to go about when I interview people that from the softball team? Because you said it's not a disability.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, we had something happen while we were serving our country that, you know, made us a little different than other people, only
right.
because we don't have a foot now, but we don't consider ourselves disabled or expect to be treated any different.
You would seem to me that you would probably go about talking to other people about this, that this might have happened to. Do you explain to them, maybe soldiers that are coming back, the same thing you just explained to me? Because it makes perfect sense.
Yes, the easiest way to approach a veteran is to just go up to him and, you know, ask him, how'd that happen to you? Because I would say 99% of us are willing to, you know, tell our story and, you know, answer any questions you have about, you know, what we're wearing.
Yeah, and Cody, you're looking pretty good, man. Are you eyeing your girlfriend out there? You got a big crowd out there. That's a big crowd you got, you know? I know that when you're around these guys all the time, and I mentioned this to you last year, you're not only a manager, there's a lot of psychology that you got to bring to this game.
This thing is much more elaborate than people think. We have 7 people working behind the scenes on this now. And, you know, we've got someone doing our Facebook, our Twitter, our website, a physician's assistant, a massage therapist, a CFO, a lawyer. It just goes on and on what's going on behind the scenes. But it's a story that it sort of goes and affects everybody from young kids to older adults.
Yeah.
I don't think you can find too many things wrong with this program. And you know, you're talking about his disability, and we got 2 guys on our team. One's 23 and one's 24, and they're missing both legs. And someone approached one of them and called him handicapped, and he said, "No, I'm not handicapped. I'm handy-capable."
Right.
So, and then just to let you know, we had a psychologist, a VA psychologist, travel with us for the first 3 months, just to make sure everybody on our team was okay.
Wow.
We knew they were okay physically, but wanted to make sure they were okay mentally, and
right.
we're able to do this. So, yeah, there's a lot that goes on. We take this serious, but it's a lot of fun. If you're going to be a manager of a sports team, this is the team to be a manager
That's
of.
right. And you're doing well at it, and thank you. And Cody is ready to go. His 8 minutes is up on the show. He lasted the entire 8 minutes. Todd, I want to thank you for holding on to Cody. You have 3 grandchildren of your own.
Yes, I do.
It's a natural thing. So I want to thank Todd and, of course, David and Cody. Thanks for joining me on this part of Coach's Corner. We'll be back with more guests on location here in the city of Mission Viejo. The Wounded Warriors, we thank all of them, especially every single day. We'll be back with more right after this. Mission Basilica School, located in historic San Juan Capistrano, is a blue ribbon school focused not only on quality education but spiritual enlightenment, creating a learning environment that's second to none.
I love the feel of the school and what it brings.
They're wonderful kids, have great family lives. They are brothers and sisters once they reach the campus.
A blue ribbon school for academic excellence, located on the beautiful grounds of Mission San Juan Capistrano.
Welcome to the shops at Mission Viejo, proudly serving South Orange County. With over 150 stores and restaurants, the shops at Mission Viejo is South Orange County's premier shopping destination. The shops at Mission Viejo offer more choices, where you will find great retailers such as Nordstrom, Microsoft, Frederick Rubel Jewelers, and Williams-Sonoma. Hungry? The Cheesecake Factory is a great destination. The shops at Mission Viejo offer a positive community atmosphere, a gathering place among friends and family, a place for children to meet and play, a place to relax at your own leisure. We welcome you to the shops at Mission Viejo and look forward to you visiting us soon.
Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome back to this edition of Coach's Corner on location here in the city of Mission Viejo. The music's kicked in, the celebrity game has ended, and now we get a chance to talk to these gentlemen another time here on Coach's Corner. This time we've got Justin Speier. Of course, he played in the major leagues for a long time, 16 years I do believe, from 98 to 2009, and also join us in the Wounded Warriors, Matias Ferreira, who hit a home run, right? You hit a home run in this game today.
Hit a home run, yeah.
So you guys had a great afternoon of baseball, and your thoughts, you're getting ready to, I know you live in Orlando, but you're getting ready to go to Alabama to play some more games. How fun is all this?
We're pretty psyched, man. I mean, it's just a true blessing to be out here with these guys, these local celebrities, and also we play against different military teams, police officers, firefighters, first responders, and these guys know what it's like to serve. These guys know what it's like to, you know, sacrifice everything to give to everybody else. So when we get these events put together for us, we're truly blessed to be with them and a part of something fun.
Yeah, and Justin, you're no stranger to the Marine Corps. You're no stranger to baseball or softball. I mean, you are a veteran yourself.
Well, I was just a weekend warrior. I didn't do any tours like my man Matias right here, but you know, they say once a Marine, always Marine, and you know, I did play baseball for 15 years, and I always say walking along that parade deck and wearing that uniform, the sense of pride for my country, it will never match compared to my baseball career. So I have an unbelievable respect for these guys, and I just enjoyed my time in the military, and so this is an opportunity to come back and pay a lot of respects to these guys, what they've done to provide the blanket of freedom that they provide.
And you give up a lot of your time. I mean, you also go down and talk in the Marine Corps to the Devil Pups, the kids that obviously go through that program. It's a pretty special program. I've done some stories on that. That's a great program as well, and I know they can relate to these guys.
Awesome. I mean, it's great organization. Just planting seeds in these kids, the next generation, and it's a blessing to be able to go back and give back, and give back in the time that I have right now since I've been retired.
Yeah, and Matias, I know that we talked earlier to other veterans, and you don't want anyone to feel sorry for you.
Right.
You don't want anyone to go half speed. It's full speed or nothing.
Exactly. No, I mean, for us, it's really paying back for my boys that aren't here with us today. You know, we lost a lot of guys out there in Afghanistan, Iraq. You know, and there's a lot going on still, you know, in today's world, and the media doesn't cover a lot of it. So, you know, we're out there to spread the message that there is a war still going on. There are guys that are being injured and killed in combat, and we just want to keep people informed. We work a lot with kids also. We're getting ready to start up a camp this June or July with all the kids that come out to the games, and we're paying for a kid and one of their parents to come out and to Disney World in Orlando. Wow. For a week to, you know, enjoy the park, enjoy the time with the team. You know, we're going to help them, you know, play softball and just get out there and just kind of give them a little bit of taste of the attitude that we have.
Matias, can you just, if you will, share us your story? Why you're here? How you arrived here playing at this game today?
Well, unlike him, I was active duty full time. I was at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, reserve battalion, 8th Marines. I was a machine gunner, and we deployed to Helmand Province, Afghanistan in September of 2010. About 4 or 5 months go through the deployment. You know, we're taking some hits, but nothing too crazy. And on January 21st, 2011, we were doing a big patrol. I went inside of a compound, and I was on top of the roof with my machine gun and my snipers. And when I jumped off the roof, I landed on a 30-pound bomb, which made me lose my legs below the knees. I broke my pelvis, shattered my femur, and a couple other things along those lines. And I was blessed enough to, you know, given a second chance to be an athlete again, to come out here and keep competing and spread a message that, you know, no matter what happens, we have a motto that says, life without limbs is limbless. You know, you just got to keep going. There's no way to keep yourself down. You got to keep having fun, enjoying life. It's a true blessing to be breathing, and that's what we're doing.
Life without limbs is limitless. And Justin, when you hear that, I know you've heard that several times. when you think about when you're playing Major League Baseball, and there's a lot of injuries that people don't talk about. You professional athletes don't like to talk about being hurt. Totally different story with these guys. I mean, they go through something that we can all see, feel, and maybe not even understand. But is there a correlation what professional athletes go through and then what an athlete like this goes through? Does that make any sense?
Well, I remember going to spring training and they said, "Are you ready for spring training?" And I said, "Well, I went to Marine Corps boot camp, so I think spring training is going to be quite easier." You know, the aches and pains that come along with the Major League Baseball season pales in comparison to what these men are bravely and courageously doing over there. So it doesn't even compare. And the sacrifices that they have made for our country is truly what brings me here today and what keeps me doing my volunteer work for these guys that are coming back. And I just love what they do, and they're my heroes. So yeah. I mean I got to play a kid's game. You know, they put it all on the line for our country, and I get to go to sleep at night knowing that I'm safe. Yeah. And it's because of guys like Matias.
Yep. So that's pretty much the answer I was getting at. I think that you hit it right on the head. I mean, I know you don't ever look at another athlete and go, well, heck, they've got 2 arms, they got 2 legs. You know, what are they complaining about? Because you don't complain.
No, I mean, none of the guys on the team ever complain. We have a guy that's, we have 3 guys on the team that are missing arms. One is Greg Reynolds, who's a big time hero for me. You know, he's an Army veteran, did a couple tours in Iraq and came back and got hit by a drunk driver and lost his arm to the shoulder blade. And, you know, we give him crap sometimes between the humor between us. You know, we'll scream at him, "Hey, Greg, you used both hands," you know, in the outfield. And it's just things that kind of keep you going and keep you laughing. And, of course, you know, on the field, you'll see that we're very competitive. We get upset, you know, when something happens, especially out of our control. You know, a foot breaks. Well, lucky for us, if my foot breaks, I can go get a new one, you know. Right. If your real foot breaks, and you're kind of out of luck. So right. You'll hear us complain amongst ourselves, but never, you know, to anybody else, because, like I said, everybody goes through something different, and you can't compare one with the other. So yeah. That's just the only way to explain it.
Matias, and I know that you probably talk and probably counsel other veterans from time to time. Where do you get your mental strength from, and do you have a person that you look up to that you can always lean on for support that you might need? You know, I mean, in the Marine Corps, we use honor, courage, and commitment. And for me, my Marines have been one of the biggest parts of my life. My Marines, my fellow corpsmen, my family, God, you know, everybody comes in a big role. You know, there's not just one person that kind of kept me going, especially throughout my deployment. There's a lot of struggles, and, you know, you start losing friends in combat, and that's just the hardest thing. And the only person you can talk to that understands is God. And so you got to keep that in mind, that, you know, through prayer comes everything, you know. And so that was one of the people I guess you look up to. But on my team, I can relate to one guy, Josh Wegge, United States Marine, also bilateral amputee like myself, and he's the one who got me out here. You know, he lost both of his legs 2 years before me, and the guy comes in one day in jeans, and he's like telling me how everything's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be all right, and I'm like, who's this guy? You know, to come in here and tell me I'm gonna be fine. And then he's like, you know, check it out, you know, I'm missing both my legs too, and he's moving around great, wow. Snowboarding, skydiving, doing all sorts of stuff. So him and I have been able to, you know, compare our struggles, our pains, you know, our sores, and just keep on going forward. Yeah, well, you're doing a great job, Justin. I'm almost out of time, but I got to ask you this question. I know you get a lot of gratification by doing this. You're giving back. How do you encourage other professional athletes to experience what you experienced in your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, to get them to come out and also support what these gentlemen are doing and the ladies? There's just a mutual admiration between athletes and the military. There's a little bit of a marriage there. It's just something when you've been through something with a group of men, and you've been through some tough times. You know, you talk about faith in God, and my faith in God is, without my faith in God, I'm nowhere. So, I mean, I've been through a lot of adversities in my life, and my faith in God is what carries me through, and the camaraderie that I have with the brotherhood is what carries me through also. So my teammates, when I was playing ball, when I was away from home, carried me through, just as like Matias, when he was out there on the front lines, you know, his fellow troops were it's just a camaraderie and a brotherhood that's unmatched, and it's second to none, really. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your stories with us. Thank you for your support. You hear it every day. I know it probably does not get old, but thank you for the freedom that you're allowing us. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll be back with more of Coach's Corner right after this, on location here in the city of Mission Viejo.
Welcome to the shops at Mission Viejo, proudly serving South Orange County. With over 150 stores and restaurants, the shops at Mission Viejo is South Orange County's premier shopping destination. The shops at Mission Viejo offer more choices, where you will find great retailers such as Nordstrom, Microsoft, Frederick Rubel Jewelers, and Williams-Sonoma. Hungry? The Cheesecake Factory is a great destination. The shops at Mission Viejo offer a positive community atmosphere, a gathering place among friends and family, a place for children to meet and play, a place to relax at your own leisure. We welcome you to the shops at Mission Viejo and look forward to you visiting us soon.
Mission Basilica School is a Catholic parochial school with single-grade classrooms from pre-kindergarten through 8th grade.
We have absolutely the best to offer in education. We don't just educate the child academically. They are nurtured spiritually. They are guided through their spiritual journey. They are loved, every being of them.
A blue ribbon school for academic excellence, located on the beautiful grounds of Mission San Juan Capistrano, Mission Basilica School. Hello everybody, I'm Paul Higgins and welcome back to this edition of Coach's Corner, our final segment here at the city of Mission Viejo. Wounded Warriors taking on the first responders and also the celebrities, bringing us to our two guests now. And Josh Wegge for the Wounded Warriors, and also joining is Mike Boyd, and he has got an interesting story that we'll tell you about. But gentlemen, you guys played against each other. Who won that game? Because I was watching it, and then it got tight. What happened?
I think we did.
You did?
But I'm willing to say they did.
Yeah, I think the scoreboard said we won.
So there's a discrepancy. Is there a controversy?
A little bit, yeah.
They're playing
stats later.
They're playing
No
back the
lawsuits,
tape. Mike, I met you when you first got here today, and you were drafted straight out of high school with the Dodgers and, of course, the Athletics.
Right.
But also you're a recording artist.
Right.
And you sang here today, which was awesome.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get beat up or pelted.
No, and you gave me this. You gave me this.
American
too.
Soldier the pen. Yes.
American Soldier the
Yes.
pen, and you've been handing those out. He's been handing. You get his CD. You got it right here, don't you?
Well, I've been making sure that everybody, and I want to hand out some more. I wanted to make sure everybody anywhere that we went, you know, really, man, thanks you guys, you know. And the reason I put this together is that a lot of time we as the public and people be busy, mentally busy, something's, and we mean to say thank you. We mean to do something good, but we sometimes get distracted.
Yeah.
So I decided to make something that no matter what, it would say it for you, you know, and say what's in your heart.
Well, I've had it on the whole show, so thank you very much. Josh, thank you for your service as we're passing out thank yous, and I know you can't hear that enough. You were with the Marines from 2000, you're always a Marine,
That's right.
But in service 2008 to 2011 in June. What is your story? You played high school football, baseball, basketball, went straight to the Marines after high school. Tell me about your story, and if you will, share it with us.
Okay. Like you said, I was a three-sport athlete in high school. I didn't get to play college ball or anything like that because I joined the Marines right out of high school. I waited till August to join just because I wanted a summer, just to let loose and be a kid before you start getting yelled at and start shooting things.
I got much to say there.
But you know, we went through boot camp, went through some training. I got trained up to go to Afghanistan, and I found myself in Afghanistan, I think in May of 2009. And we were over there just training Afghan National Police. That was my job. I'm a military policeman by trade. And my 6 months in, we rolled over a 200-pound IED. And I was in a vehicle at the time, a light armored vehicle, and it was enough for force to blow off the back section of the vehicle and also take my legs with it. We had 3 guys get injured in that blast, but no one died. And I was actually sitting right across from my Navy corpsman, and I literally remember looking at him. He was listening to his iPod, jamming out. We were going out to this bazaar, and as the blast went off, it took my legs with it. Nothing touched him, and he was able to get over to me, administer the first tourniquets on my leg. I think I ended up with 4 tourniquets on each leg. And I still have scars to this day from how tight they had to cinch them down. But I remember that day pretty vividly. I wasn't knocked out right away, but I got pulled out of the vehicle, eventually blacked out, and kind of came in and out here and there. But they said I was talking to them the whole time, but they saved my life, and that's why I'm here today.
Wow, it's an amazing story, really amazing. Well, I know what I'm thinking when he tells that story. What are you thinking?
What I'm thinking is, really, actually, that's why I wrote the song.
Yeah.
I
and
wish
the song,
there was.
let me tell you everybody what the song is. it's American Soldier, thank you for all the things that you do. And Mike graciously sung that song today in the celebrity game. Continue.
To a little history on the song is I've been singing it now for the armed services for about the last 7 or 8 years. It's become, and they've started to call it the national anthem for soldiers. The reason I wrote it is really because of guys like you, man, who thought enough of us that they would go and fight for us and fight for our rights, even fight for my right to write the song. And I want to thank you for that, because without you, I could have had somebody in my face telling me what to do and telling me that I couldn't. So I want you to know how much I appreciate you for that. The song and the sentiment of the song is meant to let the American public know that what we, or let them know really that we do owe, that we should graciously step forward and say, hey, thank you. And not only thank you with our words, but thank you with our monies, thank you with our efforts, thank you with our prayers. That if we don't do these things, then I think something is wrong with us, the human being. It's not the American, it's the human being. Yeah. And I think it's time for us all to question what is right in our hearts. And if we do question that, we'll find out that the sentiment is thank you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You say it so well. And Josh, what are you doing these days? You're going to go to Alabama, you're going to travel with the team, and just came from Wisconsin. I said, are you cold? Because it's getting a little, Paul, I'm from Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin. This is like spring for me. It's a nice change of pace. We had a blizzard come in, but I think I'm on the road 200 plus days of the year, and that's traveling with the team, that's doing some PR work, and that's also doing some public speaking. I try to serve and keep serving, using my story as an example. It's not the fact that I got hurt, it's what I'm doing with my life. That's the important part.
Yeah. Do you have a mentor by chance? Do you have somebody that you look up to that keeps you going?
I mean, I had a couple people through rehab. I had a guy named Rob Brown that when I first got down to the workout center at Walter Reed, the guy was always on a machine, always doing something. And he was only a single below the knee guy, but he was the one guy that I looked up to. And I also had a guy named Angel Barcinas, and he was a double amputee, and I got to meet him twice.
Wow.
And he was the first double that I saw that just looked normal as could be. Yeah. If you had pants on, you'd never know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the people, because we're shooting you from top up, they don't know that you are a double amputee, you know, so thank you for the service that you provide. The great excitement today on the ball field. And they played some great softball out there.
People need to see how good these guys really play.
They're good. You played against them.
Man, you're going to have to. But I couldn't believe how good you guys play. And what you do, man, is just amazing.
It is.
You know, it's just amazing.
You know, another time, another show, we're going to do a story on what Mike is also doing called Stand Still Baseball. You might be hearing about it. We'll talk about it. We'll have Mike back someday. He's going to come back in the course of the summer and also most likely perform at the concert series at Lake Mission Viejo, which he knows now he's in a treat. I want to thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you for your service and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Josh, have a safe trip to Alabama. I'm Paul Higgins. Thank you for watching this edition of Coach's Corner. As we roll out and roll to our credits, you're going to hear the very same song that we've been talking about. Good night, everybody.
American soldier, thank you for all the things you do. American soldier, don't you know that we all love you? This gift of liberty that you have given me, it gives me so much pride. I feel so good inside, 'cause this day I'll give to you my love.